Crude breaks down lower through 50 and fundamentals remain really weak. Pete, I have not had you on since around March or April, and even then, you correctly called that we will see a $40 handle on crude. What are your thoughts now? Are you getting more constructive, or do you still see some more weakness?
Well, I think back then we had the same type of fundamental situation, except that we had a lot more going on geopolitically. There was some fear in the market. We had a lot going on with Syria, a lot of bombings. And I think that helped the market stay up around that $60 level. But sooner or later, fundamentals took hold and we headed south. If you look at long-term charts and you look at a monthly chart and you see the way, if it breaks out of a certain channel and the way it ascends to the downside, over the long term, and I mean over the next year, it looks like lower levels. Now, not to say that short term, if we end up going over 51, we could test over 54. But if you look at the long-term charts and the fundamentals, they're both pointing south.
Well, the summer driving season, that's where we're really supposed to see the drawdown in the refined products. We're not seeing that at all. We're coming into the shoulder season where you're going to have even less demand and the refineries are shutting down for maintenance. The fundamentals are incredibly weak, and you also have more supply coming into the system with Iran. So is this where we should be trading right now, in the $40 range? I mean, fundamentally, it seems as if it makes sense because there's just no demand globally.
Maybe the one thing that's keeping crude up is gasoline. If you look at gasoline, the dollar value of gas, once you convert it to dollars per barrel, it was a pretty hefty number this week. It was up over 31. I think it's around 27 right now. But the highest we saw last year, the gasoline crack is what they call it, had a range of $5 to $45. So it's gasoline that's really strong, and it could be keeping crude oil up.
So as a trader, what are you doing? Is this purely technical at this point? You're just looking to see what levels it breaks, or do you fundamentally feel bullish or bearish one way or the other?
I think fundamentally it looks bearish, and for the long term, technically it looks bearish. You just have to pick the right points to sell it on the short-term basis.
All right, thanks very much, Peter. It's great to have you back with us.
You're welcome.
For TheStreet in New York, I'm Jill Malandrino.